I'm Mike Huckman at the Bio Buzz Center, where I'm pleased to be back with Ron Cohen, who is the founder, president, and CEO of Acorda Therapeutics and the incoming chairman of Bio. Congratulations, Ron.
Thanks, Mike.
What's on your agenda? There are a ton of issues, as we both know, that are on biotechnology's plate these days. So what have you chosen as kind of the few areas to focus on with the board during your tenure?
Well, bio represents the entire industry. It also represents biopharmaceutical innovation in general, and not just biopharmaceuticals, but agriculture, energy that uses biotechnology to get us the products of the future. So the mission of bio is to heal, feed, and fuel the world. And so as chair, I'm going to do whatever I can to help support the mission of our member companies, and also not just our companies, but our other stakeholders, which includes academia, patient groups, and society in general. So 4 of the key priorities for us are innovation, communication, value, and the patient voice. All right, so innovation. We want to make sure that the incredible innovations of this industry, maybe the most explosive of any industry in history, are made available to the public as rapidly and effectively as possible. And that means working with FDA, working with Congress, other stakeholders, patient groups, to ensure that our products are able to get to market in a safe and effective way as fast as possible.
Let's talk, Ron, about the communications piece as well, because one of the things you've laid out on your agenda is to get the sector to present itself in a new way, differently to the outside world. And one piece of that is you're announcing that the board has voted to change the name of Bio. Keep the acronym, it's still Bio, but it's going to go next year in 2016 from the Biotechnology Industry Organization to the Biotechnology Innovation Organization. What's behind that?
Well, that's an idea that I must give credit to our terrific president and CEO, Jim Greenwood, for. He's been mooting that idea for a few years now, and it gained momentum, and we thought, my colleagues and I on the executive committee at Bio on the board, that the time had come. The idea here is that industry really connotes more of a smokestack kind of feel, maybe more of a 20th century or 19th century kind of feel. And because we stand really for innovation, for the highest aspirations of the human mind, human capabilities, for the benefit of society, of human beings, innovation is a bigger umbrella. It captures much more of what we do, I think the essence of what we do, and it's still bio, but now it's the Biotechnology Innovation Organization, and that passed unanimously on the board. So there's a huge amount of enthusiasm for that. We'll be rolling that out. It'll take a while logistically, but we'll be rolling it out officially beginning of 2016.
Great. Switching from bio to your company, Acorda Therapeutics.
Well, if I may, just
Sure.
Before you do that, I did want to focus on one other thing in terms of the priorities. Yeah. And this is really important for innovation, not just working with FDA, accelerating clinical trials and so on, but also ensuring the integrity of our patent system. Now, we know in our industry where it takes 10 to 15 years to develop one great product, and often they don't work, you have setbacks, and it costs a lot of money, and the risks are huge. In order to attract investment into that, we need to be able to rely on strong patents. Right now,
and IP protection.
And IP protection. Right now, that is under attack. And unfortunately, there are bills in Congress that have passed and that are now in the process of being worked on that are not favorable to patent holders and to intellectual property, particularly a new system called IPR that we regard. It stands for inter partes review, but it is a new form of challenging patents that operates on a lower standard than the traditional court system. So now our industry has to deal with 2 different systems for challenging our patents with different standards. This is an Alice in Wonderland kind of world, and it actually has serious consequences, unlike Alice in Wonderland. It can undermine investment in the innovation that we so desperately need in our industry and from our industry. So that's a huge priority for us as well.
Thank you for bringing that up. So now let's switch from Bio's priorities to Acorda Therapeutics, the company that you started. You now have, I believe, 3 treatments that are approved and available to patients. You have approximately a half a dozen others that are in various stages stages of development. This isn't a garage startup. You didn't come out of Silicon Valley, but it's in a Manhattan apartment startup, literally. What learnings and messages lie in the Acorda Therapeutics story for other would-be entrepreneurs and startups and people seeking to start a new venture?
Well, to be entirely transparent, it was a San Diego, Las Vegas, and then Manhattan apartment startup using a second bedroom that my girlfriend and now wife and I had in each city. It's been an incredible experience. Acorda's now 20 years old, started, as you say, literally in our second bedroom with a primitive Apple laptop, a miniature laptop. Ran the company that way for 5 years as a virtual company. We finally made enough progress to get venture capital to come in. And now 20 years later, we have a wonderful product on the market, Ampera, that helps people with multiple sclerosis walk better. We have, as you say, a half a dozen products in the clinic, a couple of more that are on the market. What it has taught me is that the American system of nurturing and allowing these sorts of experiments is unparalleled in the world. Where else in the world do you have this kind of vitality where someone has an idea, and if they can sell some other people on it, you can actually raise money, and then if you fail or have setbacks, that's okay. If you keep coming back and you persevere, eventually you have a chance of getting there. And so the biggest single lesson is perseverance, capital P.
All right, perseverance, maybe persistence as well?
Persistence.
Another P word. All right, Ron Cohen, best wishes in your term as bio chairman and continued success at Acorda Therapeutics. Thanks for joining us here at the
Thanks very much,
Center.
Mike. Thank you.